I'm not sugarcoating that anymore. Why are people leaving tech? So that's the opening for today's video. I'm Anna, I'm the host of Holistic Developer channel, and this channel I'm talking about tech, lifestyle, and everything in between for a person who is in tech. So I just got off an interview with CNBS, and they reached out to me to talk about my reasons why I quit my job. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't heard it yet, last year in 2020, at I think around March, at the end of February, I quit my job, a job that I was with for 8 years, and I loved it. From different aspects. I liked the culture, I liked the people I worked with, I liked the goals we were trying to solve, how we were working together, and all of those things. But again, even though a lot of things were positive, there's obvious things that maybe didn't go so well, and I think that's in all different situations that is happening like that. So the interview was like, why did I leave tech? And we started to talk, and we talked for probably over an hour. And in preparation for this interview, I researched a little bit, and I saw that an article that surprised me a lot. It was that tech company or tech industry, it's seeing a lot of turnover, even more than retail. So it apparently is a big problem that a lot of people are quitting their tech jobs, and the problem doesn't seem to be that big because there are a lot of tech companies that require tech talent, require technical people. But with all of that being said, like, what are the main reasons why people are leaving their jobs? And I started to look at many different blogs and answers, and to try to figure out what are the reasons why people are leaving their tech companies. And one that is the most the most popular is burned out. People just get burned out and they get out of there. And I can relate to that because one of the reasons I left, it was burned out. I didn't realize it at that time, but I remember I'm a person who really cares about the things that it does. And for a while, I was not motivated, and I didn't care if something would happen. And at the same time, in my brain is like, that is not me. But at the same time, like, I don't think I could care any less of that. And I was thinking that something was going on with me, and apparently something was going on with me. It was that I was burned out, but I didn't realize that. I was lacking motivations, or lacking of like, okay, I don't think I can do it, or I don't know if I want to try it, or something like that. So this is not something that I wanted to admit to anybody, that I got to a point that I didn't care, but that was the reality. There were moments where I didn't care, and that was not who I was. That was just the fact that I got to my limit, and I didn't have anything to give. Everything was out of me. The other reason that people are leaving tech is it's an understandable reason to leave, like to live in this society, or any society, as a matter of fact, is that you need to have some financial means. And people in tech actually are exposed to decent salaries, decent benefits. I actually say more than decent. And the sad story is, but the reality also is, that when you leave the company, leave one company, go to another, you see the most benefits from the financial standpoint. When you leave one company to the next, you get that financial incentive, like you get a salary bump pretty high, right? So, and another thing is that it's easier to get promoted. It's easier to get a higher level position when you leave one position and go to the next. It's kind of, for whatever reason, it sounds like it's more complicated to get a decent salary increase if you don't leave a job, and kind of true for promotions. So that's what I've seen happening. So I will be curious to hear, do you see that happening in your place of work or in your environment or not? But it sounds like that is true for many people. The other thing that is happening also, people are just getting tired of the same problems that they need to solve. They are solving exactly the same thing over and over again. And we want to be creative, we want to get challenged and do new things. So that was also one of the reasons why I left. I wanted to try to solve different problems. I wanted to try myself in a different situation and wanted to see, will I be successful in that environment, or am I successful only in the current environment? So yeah, getting comfortable with, or getting used with those problems, or with those challenges that you have. After a while, they are now no longer challenges because you grow accustomed to them. The other thing that the reality is that people want you to get into a different stack, right? So maybe there are tech companies who are still using different programming languages, who are slowly and gradually becoming not a skill or a tech that is marketable anymore. So people realize that if I stay no longer in this tech position or with this tech stack, I might be obsolete soon, right? So it's just reality. It's sad, but it's true. That was probably one of my cases as well, that the tech stack that I was using, or the version of what we were using, was not the one that is most recent, or not even close that was the recent one. The other thing is that people are also a lot of times not leaving their companies, they're leaving their managers. And that is not only happening in tech, I think that is happening in other industries as well, but that is one of the reasons people are leaving. And I think one thing that is being overlooked or not understood is that if one person is not successful in one place and leaves to another place or something like that, or that person is being let go, that doesn't mean that person is not a good engineer or something like that, because there are different people who perform or feel or do in a certain way in a certain environment. So let's say if I am doing great in the environment that I am right now, in the company that I am right now, it doesn't mean that I'll do great at a different company. Or maybe the vice versa. Maybe that environment will be even something better and more enabling for me to reach higher goals or higher potential, right? So there are different things. So people are also asking themselves, is this the right environment for me? The environment is not right for me, the culture is not there. There are different things. So these are just some numbers of reasons why people are leaving tech. Obviously, some of them that were not mentioned, people also leave to start different companies, to do a startup, to create their own company. Or people want to no longer have, let's say, a boss. They decide to be their own boss and go with the freelancing route, and they do freelancing for a while. So there are multiple reasons why people leave. Sadly, if we were to turn the page and look at the situation why some more people leave tech, and in particular by gender, why more women leave tech, it's because probably the family responsibilities and the lifestyle is really becoming challenging to care for a family and the kids, and while having a high demanding job that requires your mental capacity and focus to be present all the time. And I myself struggle with that. It's not an easy thing to try to be an engaged parent, to be present for my family there, and at the same time to be 100% present at my job and continue to develop and grow in my career. I don't think I ever admitted that, but this is one of my biggest struggles that I am dealing with, and that is just the reality. So I'm not sugarcoating that anymore. That is what it is, and it's a struggle for me to do both. And every day I'm trying to do better, and some days I do better in one category versus the other, and sometimes I'm trying to balance them out. But that is just the reality. So yeah, those are the a few reasons that I found why people leave tech and why more and more people quit their jobs. Like if you look at YouTube or just Google and see how many people left their programming jobs or their tech jobs, it's interesting to see what's going on. It's interesting to see that this is becoming kind of a phenomenon. So I'm curious and looking forward to see what will be the results of the CNBS interview that happened and their research, what they find out, what they're going to share with us in their studies or in their interview. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Like, why do you think is the top reason that tech industry has such a high turnover? Give it a thumbs up to this video if you enjoyed it and you would like to see me do more kind of talk videos like this, and share it, subscribe if you haven't done so, and talk to you in the next video.